Oh, cheers.
Cheers, lads.
Cheers, boys. To the beginning of something magical.
Oh.
Not too shabby, James.
No, it's
Not
a bit.
too bad.
It's a bit almost flavorless, which is nice for how much booze you're drinking.
The booze mixed with the booze.
So when are we going to say action?
We're already recording, James.
Oh, nice. Well, then I would like to go set up my phone camera.
Oh, all right, you go for it.
All right.
Quickly.
Sorry.
Quickly.
It's a Han Solo sticker I made.
Oh, wow.
Were you around in that heyday? Did you catch
I
the rear
was
end?
there for one of the last greatest performances, arguably the greatest performance that Han Solo has ever put on.
Where at?
It was at a local brewery called Ummegang, and by God, was the place jumping.
I think I remember the one.
It's so funny. I didn't really know as many lads there.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right, I'll go see these bastards. And I took this amazing...
They can't be that good.
They were amazing. They stole the show, but I took photos. I took so many photos of that night, and I don't know if I've showed everybody.
I probably have forgotten them. How did this get? You said that you saw a sticker somewhere? Is it on your? Okay. On your water bottle.
Self-made water bottle.
My nickel stickers.
Rip Han Solo. We used to run New Year's Eve.
Oh, so good. I remember 2017, I think. New Year's into 2017. That was a great one.
There was a couple Mel's in a row, and then it just sort of stopped. But there was, I think, definitely 19 into 20 was my favorite, because we were allowed to play in the dining room of Mel's to open it up a little bit more, and then we went to Norbu which was Alex's, for cocktails after the show. So this is like already after midnight. And then Jack Lowenguth brought us to his parents' house for an after party after that, like a house party. And that was a beautiful evening.
I remember that.
Was that a New Year's Eve?
Yeah.
You played in Mel's dining room.
Yes.
What kind of tunes were you playing?
The same. Amy Winehouse, popular.
Of course.
Han Solo originals mixed in. I think I had like an amazing solo on Valerie, which like
You remember to this day?
it like turned heads of other band members. I remember this. So it's just like I was starting to like peak buzz, and then I just had this like confidence of the new year in me.
But it
And like
wasn't the New Year yet.
after that song was done, Jack and Carl were like,
What? Always
I
has
was like, yeah, that was fun. But it doesn't always happen.
All right, for our first little bit, I want to tell you guys about how the mushroom is a Santa mushroom.
Santa Claus.
Yes.
Okay.
So, mushroom is the Amanita muscaria, otherwise known as fly agaric. It's like the classic mushroom, right? Like it's the
Visual.
the red and white. Like
Right.
someone draws a mushroom, and they like want to make it kind of fancy. They draw this mushroom.
I'm thinking of Smurfs.
Yeah, the Smurfs
Right.
house was one of those mushrooms.
Right.
So, you know, simple ones are Santa's colors are red and white. It's the same color as the mushroom.
The white.
The mushroom grows up in like the very northern latitudes. And one of the animals that loves to eat it is reindeer. When you eat the mushroom, supposedly you feel like you're flying.
So Rudolph ate the mushrooms.
When-
That's
Well, they
what
all
you're
did,
saying.
right?
When they eat the mushroom, like because of the red coloring, it gets on their nose.
The reindeer?
Yeah.
Oh.
So the main compound in the mushroom is ibotenic acid, and you don't really want that, so you have to decarboxylate it, where basically you either dry it out or you like get it to temperature so that the molecule denatures into this other molecule called muscimol.
These words all sound totally made up.
mean, yeah.
I heard the word. I heard the word moose.
Yeah, yes.
Do the moose eat it?
Maybe.
Just the reindeer.
Maybe just the reindeer.
Okay. Continue.
So, two of the ways that you could dry out the mushroom is you pick it from the tree that it grows in symbiotic relationship with. So it like only grows with these certain types of trees, and those trees are like spruce and pine trees.
Christmas trees.
Christmas trees.
Okay.
So you pick the bright, colorful mushroom and you hang it in the tree to dry in the sun.
Like an ornament.
Like an ornament. And then the other option is you could bring it home and put it in a sock and dry it by the fire.
Okay.
What sort of like what? How long before Santa Claus were people doing this? Like,
Well, so
Yeah,
Like
which cultures of people are known for figuring this out?
mostly Siberian shaman, or like, very
Siberia. That's like Russia?
yeah.
Okay.
But like Scandinavia has a bunch of
yeah, I was thinking like
it's
Lapland.
yeah. Christmas is sort of like this weird amalgamation of like these very old rituals that then over time sort of because like none of us really do Yule logs, but like that's a thing that probably I don't know. You might
What's
know.
a Yule log?
No, all right. Just like a massive
So
log in the fire.
Are you saying that eating this mushroom at one point might have been a seasonal tradition around the time of the year that we celebrate Christmas
Yeah.
that fed into the amalgamation of the Christmas ritual?
Yeah, I think so. And what's interesting is the growing, like when it usually grows is September to November-ish. So it does seem weird that they'd hold on to it until, but like there's also, it's the solstice, right? So it's like
Right.
sort of a astronomically important
The
event.
21st is the shortest day, right?
Yeah, I think 21st to 22nd
Probably-
or 23rd or something.
It's interesting that
20 to 22nd.
I hadn't thought of why isn't Christmas December 21st? Because like that would be the monumental day.
The reason
Yes.
why I think that Christmas isn't December 21st is because there was a pagan religion in Europe that celebrated the birth of their
They need
Messiah on
the solstice.
the night of the 24th or something, right? 24th, whatever. And then the Romans were like, right, we want to convince all these motherfuckers to do our religion thing, so we're choosing that day. And it must have had something to do with being the shortest day, and then it grows from there.
Yeah,
Like
it's
that's
like
the
the
beginning of the new one, right? Or the new cycle. But as far as I know, the Romans were like, right, we're doing this. We're saying Jesus is born then, to convince all these people to join what we know as Catholicism.
Well, now I'm thinking about there had to be a point in time where the modern calendar that the worldwide economy runs on, that current modern calendar was set in stone.
Yeah,
And
the Gregorian calendar.
before that, all these things were sort of fluttery.
Right.
And then, like, you couldn't tell the people you were just referring to December 25th. It wouldn't make any sense to them. It would be like, and that's why I'm wondering, how did it avoid the shortest day of the year?
Yeah.
Because that would be
It's
the
so
more,
close, yeah.
yeah.
It seems like really the New Year and Christmas should all kind of be like right on the solstice. Like you just
There's too much though. They
wouldn't
can't,
be as much fun.
They can't bang
know.
that all
It's-
into one night. Like,
don't get me wrong. I like that we spread it out.
Right.
I think from the intentional origins of all those different things, they probably were all the same day.
right.
They just mistranslation, calendars shift multiple days over years, right?
Yeah.
You have leap days. Like if you kind of mess that up and don't pay attention to it, and you're like, oh, like when is your holiday? All right, it's just always going to be then. We fix the calendar, and you're like, oh, I guess, and you just don't have an astronomer being like, actually, it should be that one.
It's worth noting that We're recording this on Christmas Eve, 2024 into 2025.
I wish it was Christmas Eve, but it's not. It's New Year's Eve.
I said Christmas Eve, didn't I?
Gotcha.
I was like,
See, I love Christmas so much.
There's a Christmas tree. There's a Christmas
there's
tree
a Christmas
right in
tree
front of
right
us.
there with presents under
With
it.
presents underneath.
I
We're in the
thought that
Christmas
Christmas
jumper.
might happen again tomorrow, and that's what. No.
Why not? That'd be a great
Anyway, New
Groundhog
Year's
Day.
Eve.
But only if the presents were different each day.
People might hear this or see this and say, "What are these fucking losers doing on Christmas Eve?" This is the three of them
Right.
talking to each other,
So
recording
sad.
a
Jazz in the back.
kiss at midnight.
Christmas music, right.
But the phenomenon that happens every holiday season that my dad has always pointed out, and then I observed with people that I spoke with in the last week, is that by the time we get to New Year's Eve, we are tired out.
Everyone's done.
We don't want another
Right.
drinking party.
Yeah.
Of course, then we blitz ourselves that night,
Yeah.
really
Like-
particularly. So you're like, actually, I'm kind of done for drinking for a while.
It'll work out in the end of the evening. I'm sure I'll be happy about it.
Yeah.
I'm kind of happy about it now, but like yesterday, I was like, I don't want
Yeah.
New Year's Eve. I don't need that.
I'm exhausted.
I can't keep doing this.
It is so funny though. Whenever December comes around, right, you're like, right,
gonna be a
I have
lot.
to go out for Christmas, you know, and just another group of friends to celebrate Christmas. I have to go out. It's
Then
Christmas.
the ultimate excuse is the holiday. So it's like, nothing is open tomorrow. I can't go to work even if I wanted to. I can't go to the gym even though I
Right.
kind of want to.
Probably should.
And like, no one's going to be doing anything. Yeah, I'll get fucked up tonight.
Very much.
Yeah, Happy New Year's Eve, baby.
Yeah. You know what? I will get fucking drunk tonight. I don't give a fuck.
Screw you. Screw you, holidays.
I
show
just
you.
wish I could do all these things, but I can't. I'm getting fucking lit.
But
Ugh. Oh, New Year's resolutions. Let's do it.
They're always so funny, right? It's so funny that I think it's
Let's just do it.
the cycle, the classic cycle. You know, like the gym is going to be packed for like the first 3 weeks.
That's
you
where
know,
I get
and-
upset because I go to the gym year round.
I know.
Baby.
Yeah, and it's
I'm one of
so
the
busy.
lifers.
Right.
Like, who are all these scrubs? But I'm also there for the same reason that everyone else is there, is because I've just been eating and drinking for 3 weeks.
Right.
So I'm like part of the problem, but no, go away.
Spread out.
You're making me feel like less good about myself for doing this because more people are doing it all at the same time.
So, it's funny you were talking about Christmas and Santa. See Saint Nicholas, the guy, like the actual.
You remember my
Saint
friend Nick?
Nick, him as well. I think he's
Yeah.
in the running. But Saint Nicholas, as far as I know, right? I think he comes from like, or he's definitely buried in Turkey. I don't know if that's where he came from, right?
weird.
Right, well, he was a
I go?
missionary, right? Like, see, back then.
Does he have a gravestone?
So this is the funny bit, right? Saint Nicholas was, as far as I can tell, I hope I'm talking about the right guy, but he was,
He was a saint.
I think he lived like over 1,000 years ago, right? And he was starting to spread the word of Christianity, right? You know, he was like, and Christianity wasn't everywhere, right? There was, you know, other religions and small communal little religions that were going on and believing in their little localized sort of religion that had been there for a while. And he was spreading the word of, you know, Jesus and Christianity, right? And he did a good deed, whatever. And he went down as the patron saint of sailors, right? You know, he was the saint.
You could say literally anything right now
I
about
know,
Saint Nicholas, and I would believe you.
He was buried in Turkey under the title, you know.
I was
he was the
buried in
pa-
Turkey. Also,
Buried in Turkey, all we all are.
Okay.
And there was the people of Italy were then like, right, we like sailing, and we want more sort of spiritual assistance on the high seas. We're
where you
going
need
to
it.
fucking sail down to Turkey, where he's born. Fucking dig that motherfucker up,
Dig him up.
sail him back to Italy, and bury him in our church in Italy. So he'll look after us at the seas. And they fucking did
classic.
that. They fucking sailed down, found his grave, right? This is the guy. put him in a boat, brought him over, and reburied him in a church in Italy to look after the sailing men of...
Poseidon had the opportunity to do the funniest thing ever.
Yeah, right. Just fucking
Crash
bring that ship
into the
down.
fucking rocks.
Well,
There's kind of a lot of stories of people doing that. Like, I think there's like I think it's like Galileo or something. They have like his fingers like on display somewhere. Just like weird stuff. You're like, why did you like?
or his hand. I know there are other people with like hand. I know limbs, right?
Yeah, there's someone with like a hand.
In Budapest, there is a hand. There's some motherfucker's hand
like-
in a church in Budapest.
I don't know if I want people to like me so much that they like desecrate me, you know?
But I think it was just to spread you, you know, to let
Share
share the literal physical body love of me, the multiple places.
Yes. Eat it. The body of Christ.
Just a little.
I've gotten to the olive break-in conversation. It's very exciting. The olive and martini.
I was saving mine to find out when you were getting tucked into your olive bud.
Well, I mean, that was a good 16-minute first round if you want to.
The time is nay.
Next episode?
If we talk about ending the episode, we must. Wait, let's end it with
Any
New
other
Year's-
Christmas movies?
Oh yeah, the New Year's
No.
resolutions.
New Year's resolutions. We have to go down the line. I'll go first. I thought this was one of the ones I wrote down earlier. We have to talk about New Year's resolutions.
I have kind of a complex one.
It's cliche, but it is New Year's Eve.
It's a ritual.
My New Year's resolution is to lock in 2025.
Oh,
And find out what that means at the same time.
that's good.
But I think from what I've gathered from the internet, locking in is what I need to do. I know this.
Would you divulge
What I think locking in means?
Yes.
Yes.
For me personally, I get up in the morning, then I go to work. I have a cup of coffee. And then after work's over, I go to the gym immediately. And then after that...
Wait, is this locking in or is this just what you do on a day-to-day basis?
Yeah, this would be locking in.
Oh, you're
And
like,
I'm
You mean like get a
spending-
schedule and just like
Spending as
stick to
little
it.
money as possible while I do this. Locking in is like the antithesis of treating yourself. I think that's what I'm gathering. Like you need to lock in. So, and then when I get done with the gym after work, I need to devote all the time from the gym till I lay my head to rest to a productive, creative endeavor that is not Instagram Reels.
Yes. My advice for that.
But the reason I know about locking in is because of Instagram Reels.
How do you?
So,
yes.
it's a catch-22.
The internet feeds me all this information, and then I have to do something with it, but then I don't because I'm on the internet.
so essentially locking in is living your like a work life and having
Pursuing your goals is the lock-in.
right.
Yeah.
And yours would be more creative at the end of your day.
Yeah, I need to work on my music and my art and my internet website contents and things like that.
Cool.
We could get into it more.
All right.
Dash and I made an app together.
We did.
The app is no longer on the App Store because it was not updated for 3 years and they took it down.
I suppose that'd
that's like
do it.
that's like one thing I want to try and get back up in the
That'd be good.
astrosphere because we've already sunk in time and money and effort into that project.
My advice for trying to avoid distractions is it's much too hard to avoid distractions with willpower. It's much easier to kind of get frustrated with yourself when you've like been distracted and then really pay attention to what your environment is, like your environmental triggers that make you like, oh, like I'm gonna just check this thing, and then you get distracted for however long. Like, it's much easier to like build and like neaten your environment rather than just like fortifying your mind to be resistant to like the myriad.
So
of
you're
distractions.
referring to removing Instagram from my phone
Make
because
it add friction.
yeah, I go
However
on
you
there
do
for
it.
weird like another thing, and I'm on Instagram, and I've forgotten what I wanted to do on my phone.
Yeah.
It's bad.
Yeah.
Maybe I should put it in like 7 folders within folders.
Yeah. Hide it
on
far
the
away.
screen. Like none of those locking apps.
Well, I
But
would,
like literally in a folder, in a folder, in a folder. So every time I want to do it, I have to click, click, click.
yeah.
click.
The thing that just for the I don't
By the
know,
6th click, you're out of there.
And like each click, I'm like, wait,
is
no,
this
James,
worth
no,
it? Exactly.
don't
No,
do it.
So I don't know if there's anything for the phone that does this, but something that's been incredible for the internet is there's a extension called Crackbook, and I think that the updated one is like Crackbook Revival. But what it does is when you go to a site that you've blocked, it blocks you from seeing the web page for like some duration of time. Like I put it to like 20 seconds. And it's like if you go to Reddit and you hit the block window, you go, right, I don't want to see this garbage that I clicked on. I just clicked on it because I'm like have this instinctual thing. And because you don't get any dopamine reward from that click, you just like you have 20 seconds, which is an eon on the internet, to just be like, I don't even need to be on the computer. And you just like get up and leave. It's great.
I mean, we can also move on to your New Year's resolutions
Yeah,
very
okay.
soon. But I literally like, I don't watch TV and I don't watch streaming. I don't binge watch shows because I'm just cracking up watching little 15-second videos on
Right.
Instagram. So there's a give and take. It's like I would be kind of a lazy piece of shit no matter what. So like
Yeah.
it's just it's the newest rendition. Second New Year's resolution.
Okay.
Continue having an excellent time with the lads.
Attaboy.
Because that has been really good for me.
Of course. It
Makes
always
me
is.
feel good. Entertains me more than Instagram Reels.
Yeah, I think that genuine enjoyment of laughter and happiness, right? You almost forget about everything. You know, right?
It is true. Like
Like
when
whenever-
you're hanging with friends, you're not like, I need to go on Instagram and scroll. Like that's like a sad replacement.
Not even that, like that, like you forget about your troubles, your woes, your worries. Like there's so much other things that are just they disappear when you're with people that you enjoy being with, and you're having a fucking laugh, right?
It's true.
Yeah.
But it's hard to get to that
like-
point.
Yeah.
There's like
hard to just wrangle
there's like an X graph between like and like I know I should probably drink less in the new year. That's not one of my resolutions. But
Get there
it's like so there's at the top of the graph when you're sober is activity. And then as you get more drunk, you need less activity. So what I'm referring to is like if there's a game that you want to watch on the TV, or there's
Almost
a board game or a
like
golf
an excuse
game,
to hang out.
Like, but then the alcohol, it just has this amazing effect of turning like nothing into like an amazing time, and I think that's why so many people are addicted to it.
Right.
Yeah.
Drugs.
Dopamine.
That is dopamine. Yeah, dopamine. You know, it's the same with everything.
Lots of people making New Year's resolutions about doing less of that stuff. Not me.
I'm superior. I've seen past the folly.
Yeah.
I have sort of
Dash?
if it's just one. I was thinking about adding other resolutions, but I've decided on just one sort of complex one. And this is my very esoteric conception of, so I'm sticking to like a time system that I'm making up.
Let's wrap up the episode with New Year's resolutions. 3 hours later.
Exactly. I'll try to make it brief. So basically, I'm splitting up my year into 30 like 12-day blocks because essentially a week is too short of a time period for me to feel like I can get anything done in it. In a month, I procrastinate the first half of it because I'm like, I have so much time to get stuff done. And then I have procrastinated, so I just procrastinate the rest of it too. So like, the idea is like have these like 12-day blocks, and then each one of those blocks, I kind of make some like almost mini resolutions for just that 12-day block. Like I'm gonna stop watching YouTube because I keep getting distracted by that, and I'm gonna like try to meditate every day, and I'm gonna like set an alarm and go to bed at 10, sort of thing.
This indicates a great focus on the year, the calendar year as a marker. Like, I don't feel that. I feel like maybe, yeah, the birthday. That, I think I'm more about, like, So it's almost the same thing. But like, how old am I turning in terms of number of years? So I could see what you're saying. Like, I would like to get this done before I'm 34.
Yeah, I think part of it is like looking back on time and like so much of what I desire, just as like if I had a genie that I could make a wish to, I would ask for more time. But then I just fucking waste the time I have. It's like, what am I doing? Like, if the thing I value the most is time, why do I not respect it?
Makes me feel better because I'm doing the same. I've been doing the same thing.
I think everyone does.
Time is the only thing that is, constantly getting away from you, you know? But
like every day you're handed a gift and every day it's taken away. And
but you throw it away. Sometimes you're like, I'm looking at the fucking phone here for 6 hours. Boom, gone.
Exactly.
But there is a flip side to that because I've also gotten little enjoyment about the days where I did something that would appear to be one of those things you're supposed to be doing instead of being on your phone.
Yeah.
And I just like forced myself to do it, and I didn't really have a great time doing it. Like, I was like, why did I do this?
I think there's a balance.
So we were trying to hit that so that you do get that reward in your life experience when it is good. But sometimes you go on a hike and it's not fun.
What?
Well, sometimes I enjoy
it. You like fall and break your leg,
Sometimes I enjoy when the hike isn't fun because it's like, wow, that was really hard. But part of it is like, so this is sort of like a multi-tier thing. So it's like the 12-day week, quote unquote. And then within that, I make like a little time tracking card for every day. And at first I was playing around with like tracking every 2 hours and be like, how did I do those 2 hours? Like, was I productive? Like, how do I feel about those last 2 hours? But that didn't work well because I would like realize I fucked around for the first like half of it, and then I would fuck around for the rest of it. I mean, this is me being very aggressive about this and like trying to see
working 45 minutes and aggressively assessing the 45 minutes last 15 minute period, and living every hour of your day. 45 minute work, 15 minute assessment.
But part of it is
sit down performance review with yourself.
I mean,
at the end
maybe
of the
a little
month.
45 minute period.
But like, I'm just a very distractible person. Like, if you get me on YouTube, like the curiosity of like, oh, what's this next video will keep me there for 5 hours, like very consistently.
Here's what I would say is, don't be so hard on yourself about that for the exact reason that you just said, which is I've done that.
But I don't enjoy those days.
But you're probably watching videos that are teaching you about things.
Yes, but I don't do anything with that information is the problem.
Forget about it right after.
I forget about it in like 2 weeks. Yes, because if I only watch one of these videos that I have this enlightened moment of like, wow, I should really do something with this. And then I didn't watch any more and I did something with it, that'd be incredible. But instead I watched another video and I forget what that was.
You watch 6 others and you're almost like in a whirlwind of not remembering anything.
So the like very nitty, like...
Gritty was the next word that you
did
there.
I kind of didn't want to say it for some reason. So what I stumbled upon, because I was like, what if I just am ridiculous about this and like track every 10 minutes? And that actually works because I have a watch. I don't literally track every 10 minutes, but like I'll look at the watch and be like, all right, last 30 minutes I was productive, or like last 30 minutes I was fucking around. But like it gives a really good like, oh, like I was just fucking around. I need to not be on YouTube. I'm gonna stop. Like it gives me just a little bit of a speed bump to like break me out of the moment.
So you saying you've already been doing this, so full circle question, what is your resolution for the new year? What is the updates?
The resolution is to like do the full system. So I've been doing just the little day cards of like tracking every 10 minutes. And it's been really helpful. Like I actually get things done. And like, it's even really kind of nice on days where it's like the weekend, I'm gonna fuck around. But like a lot of times my fucking around will be, I end up on the internet and just like scroll through YouTube for hours and I'm like, I didn't hang out with friends, I didn't like cook myself a nice meal. Like there's so many more like leisure time things I would rather do, but instead I get sucked into these like dopamine pits, right?
So
the whole resolution is doing this whole like multi-tiered thing. So it's like the last little bit is that, the whole year is split into like 30 of these 12-day weeks. And then, so I'm going to make a resolution for
12-day week. Okay.
Cycles, periods.
Yeah,
is what I'm
I
gathering.
need a different name for it. It's not done yet. It's an iterative system. But like making kind of moderately sized resolutions. So like basically a 2-month resolution, which is 5 of these like 12-day windows or whatever. So there's, sort of like a middle tier resolution size of like for 2 months, I'll try to stick to something. And then within that, I have a 12-day period where I'll try to stick to stuff. And then it's just the daily, like I have a goal for today. Like I have some things I'm trying to get done. Like I will try to do those. But it's like, it's because you have so many attempts, you can readjust. Is like you make some resolutions for like little 12-day window week, and then you realize you missed something and you like were super distracted doing something else, and then the next week you can like fill that hole or be like, I didn't exercise at all. I need to like figure out how to exercise more consistently. Anyway, that's the system.
I'm happy for you. If you're open to commentary,
Go for it. Roast me.
you're a software engineer. Your mindset
Very
it's like
software-y.
you're turning your life into a Jira board of sorts.
So I
And
probably
like a good group, I'd say majority of people that hear your plan will be like, I'm not doing that. But I think that it has a parallel to something that a lot of people do, and they don't know why they're doing it, which is journaling. And I don't journal, but I've seen people who journal.
Yeah.
And that would have almost like a retroactive effect, because at the end of the day or whatever, you're writing down what you've done.
Yeah.
And so if you're writing down a bunch of things that you're not proud of, that is going to maybe help motivate you to
it's nice
be better the next time you journal.
because I can look at the little like day card, and I basically what I do for each of these 10-minute blocks. If I'm productive, I'll draw a little up arrow. If I kind of didn't really do much of anything, I'll do like a middle arrow, and if I was like doing something distracted, it'll be a down arrow.
Oh, it's like the graph of the election swings.
Yeah, I mean, I think about it as like a trajectory. It's like you either have an upward trajectory or downward trajectory, and like I can look at the little card and be like, wow, I like worked for like a solid 4 hours today, and like that was.
So now I can watch YouTube for 4 hours.
But like there were some days where I was doing like, good 10, 11 hours of like really productive work, and like those cards are.
Jeez, when were you sleeping?
Very.
What's your code word for wanking it?
Down arrow?
It's like, oh my god! you look back here.
Oh, I got it upside down.
Yeah, let me just spin this around.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah. So that's to your point of people consider that to be like too overbearing. I think I've come to this because I've been so resistant to like scheduling and planning, and like I was always the person who like didn't write anything in their agenda in high school because I was like, this is stupid, I'll just remember it, and then I didn't.
Oh, I'm a big agenda guy. I use the phone calendar for everything.
Yeah,
Anytime something needs to be scheduled, it's immediately in the calendar. That's my strategy.
Yeah, I just like don't have that habit, so I don't know. I'm making up my own crackhead one.
Well, my New Year's resolution
yes.
is to drink more alcohol.
Attaboy!
Oh, was this one?
We got to do more.